Hey guys, it is Kerri here with the Fit Crew. Wave. So what's up? We figured it out, the recording button. It is January 22nd, 2018. And today I am going to be helping you guys to invite using Instagram. I'm really excited about the call, but first we need to get through a little bit of recognition. So starting with Success Club, we already have a bunch of people changing lives this month. We have Carly, Rachel Bentley, Kirsty, John, Kerri Lear, Rachel White, all have changed one life. We've got Bailey Glancer, who has changed 4 lives, and I have changed 7 already this month. And it is still only the 22nd, guys. We still have quite a bit of time. It's interesting. I mean, as you guys are posting and you're talking to people and you're getting results, because I know most of you are involved with 80-Day Obsession, when people ask you about it, take the opportunity to say, you're invited. And today we're talking mostly about how to invite people who are complete strangers. We call them cold market invites on Instagram. But I want you to remember that even though I'm teaching you this skill, you have people all around you all the time. And you could change lives just by being willing to bring it up in the conversation and let them know, even if they talk to you on the daily, even if they already know what you do they know that they are invited? My friends always tease me because I'm like, and they're like, so am I gonna join a challenge? Yeah. I'm like, okay, just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page. Just wanted to make sure you knew, like, I'm waiting for that day. And it's, in the past, to me, it was kind of like, man, I don't want to make this person uncomfortable. Guys, tell me one time that you have felt uncomfortable when a friend has invited you to do something. It doesn't feel uncomfortable to be loved, right? And that's really what you're doing. If you're saying, hey, I would love for you to be involved in this because it would be way more fun for me if you're there, nobody can get mad about that. So I'm moving away from the flame. Craig is cooking. So sorry if that's loud. Anyway, so invite. Let people know about what we're doing because our group is so fun. Is our group not so fun? Our 80-Day Obsession group is incredible. We've kicked it off. People are already starting to get results. And those who aren't getting physical results yet need to remember this is week 2. Like, what are you expecting? This is week 2. You're not supposed to be getting physical results yet. Your body is supposed to be crying out in anguish of why have you taken away all of the like sugar and junk food. And so if you are feeling a little bit emotional about this program right now, know that that is part of the process. You are going through changes, and change is hard. It doesn't mean change isn't good, but it is hard. So just trust the process. I'm your friend. I would not tell you to do something that I thought was going to hurt you. Emotionally, physically, mentally. Push you, yes. Hurt you, no. So congratulations to everyone who has already changed a life this month. I also need to give a shout out to those coaches who are maintaining their emerald or higher rank on our team. That means that they have 2 coaches, whether they're working coaches or discount coaches, who have stayed active, which means they're continuing to drink Shakeology every single day. Now, if you are drinking your shakes every single day, generally that means that you will stay an active coach, right? If you're drinking it every day, that means by the end of the month, you need more. So shout out to John, Bailey, Kerri 2, Lisbeth, Kelly Lynn, Keith, and Craig for all maintaining emerald or higher rank. And I need to give a quick shout out to some coaches who have been rocking PV. Now this means that these coaches, whether they're signing up coaches or not, this is based on their personal orders. So that means they're advancing their own health because they're ordering things to help them stay healthy, or it comes from customer orders, which means maybe they're not signing up a bunch of coaches, but they're helping their friends and family and community get healthy using Beachbody products. So that would be at 300 or more PV, Kirsty, Rachel, Shelby, John, and Lisa. At 400 and up PV, we have Kerri Lear. At 900 and up PV, we have Bailey. And at 1500 and up, PV, we have Kerri too. That's my other business center. Whew. And that is all I have for recognition. So rock on, great job. And thank you all for working so hard to like just kick butt in all areas of life. Moving on to announcements. Okay, guys, we have some awesome things that are coming up, and you need to either be signed up for these, or you need to let me know that you're not doing them. And either one is fine. Like, it's you're the boss, you're the coach, right? I'm your mentor and I'm your guide. So I need there not to be that middle ground of like, I don't want to do this. I don't really want to do this, but I'm like not going to tell Kerri. We're a team, so we need to be communicating, right? I need to know if you want to be involved in something, or if you need to be like maybe coached through getting involved in something. That's okay. Hey, Kerri, I want to do this, but I don't even know where to start. Please help me. I can do that, right? I can totally do that. But if you're not communicating that with me, I don't know. So I need either a yes, a no, or a please help me say yes from all of you in all of these areas, okay? 1, Team Cup. Now, you've seen I have posted in the coach group about Team Cup. I've made an Excel spreadsheet. I tagged some of you in that. I have on there, like, if you do not have a Team Cup team, put your name here. And then I will group you together and put you guys together. So that's in the Fit Crew Coaches Files tab. It's under upcoming events. And I have both Team Cup and Summit in there, okay? So Team Cup is where we group together, groups of 5, and we work hard to help each other move our business forward. Now, yes, the goal, of course, is that you hit Success Club, that you help 3 people. So let's focus on that. The goal is that you help 3 people in February. That's the goal. And I know each and every one of you, and you guys know it too, even those of you who have said, oh, I'm so disappointed because I tried really hard 1 month and I didn't make it. But you did help people that month. And I think that's what we need to focus on. It's really, really easy to get discouraged if you're focusing only on measuring in one way. The same way that we get frustrated when we measure our progress only on weight. You cannot measure your coaching business on Success Club only, but that does not mean you shouldn't be improving it, right? We still want to be helping people. So if anything in you wants to improve your business in February, you need to be doing Team Cup with us. Now, if you don't make it, we'll chop you up in little pieces and like put you in a, I don't know, like that's not how it works, guys. It's not like, what's the worst thing that happens? What's the worst thing that happens? You learn a lot about coaching that month and you get closer with teammates, right? There's not a downside. Now, if you happen to do well and you invest yourself and you are able to help 3 people, there are prizes that come along with that. But you're not alone in this. So if you don't hit it and you're working on it every day with your team, that's a team effort. So it's everybody working together. So if anything in you wants to move your business forward in February, you need to be signed up for Team Cup, or at least on my list, so I can help put you on a team. Okay? Yes? Can I get some like nodding and some like, yeah, we got you. Amber, can I get some what's? There we go. Thanks, girl. Okay, so Team Cup, let me know. If you don't want to do it, send me a message so that I don't take the extra time to contact you. Send me a message and say that you don't want to do it. Summit. This month, Summit tickets are on sale for $145. That is what, like $95 cheaper than what it will be after this month. So you need to get your tickets now. If you're going to go, I mean, if there's some reason that you can't do it now, but you're still planning to come, let me know. Let me know. Maybe we can help you in some way. Okay? But it's time to make plans. If you're kind of in that position where you're like, this seems like a lot of money to invest, talk to anybody else who's gone. This is how you move. Talk to Kerri, talk to John, talk to anybody who's gone. Even if it is not coming from a, I want to move my business forward place in your heart, know that being surrounded by this group, can you imagine all the people on this call being like in one hotel room? Can you imagine all of us being in the same area where we can like push each other and pump each other up and have fun, have our team parties? You get hooked up with a lot of gear. You get your like team hat and your team tank top, and you get to love on everybody else on it. Like, it's amazing. You get to work out with super trainers. So get your butts to Summit, please. And if you can't afford it and that's what's holding you back, then we will have a team garage sale for you, or a bake sale or something. So get to Summit, sign up on the files that I put in the files tab, the little spreadsheet thing, just to let me know, yes, I have my ticket. This is how I'm getting there. I need help finding a roommate, that kind of thing. I'm going to help you guys with that, but I need you to put your stuff in the spreadsheet. The next thing on the list is Dash to Diamond. Now, for all of my Emerald coaches, so that's John, Bailey, Kerri, to Lisbeth, Kelly Lynn, Heath, and Craig, and for anybody who is wanting to become Emerald, there is a huge incentive for you guys to be Emerald before February starts, and that's Dash to Diamond. There's a specialty group of coaches. It's like Amy Silverman, Raina Odell, Ashley Phil Dyson, Wendy Jo Spencer. I can't remember the other ones, but they are really awesome top coaches who are incredible, and they are going to be our mentors in this group. So each week, each of them, they each take a week and they do training for an entire week, and they teach you, here's step ABC, step 1, 2, 3 on how to do what I do best. And they give us the materials. Here's my script. Here's my onboarding process. And guys, to me, this is the best training, the best Beachbody training that I have ever done. I did it last year and it was incredible. John was in it and Heath was in it too. So if you have any questions about it, check that out. Now, yes, the goal is to get to Diamond. If you get to Diamond by the end, sorry, let me start over. You pay $20 to get in the group. This training is worth way more than $20. So even if your goal is not to get to Diamond by the end of it, pay $20 and get in there. It is an incredible, incredible opportunity to be trained by these top coaches. So get in there. Now, all the people who are participating, at the end, if you get to Diamond and you hold it for the 6 weeks, you split the money. So you can imagine there's going to be quite a few people who are joining in just for the training who probably won't get to Diamond. So the payouts have been $400 or more every single time. So that's a pretty solid incentive. If you've already been Diamond and you drop down, my understanding is that you can still participate in this. So great opportunity for you guys. Okay, so that's all I've got. I need you guys to communicate with me on those 3 things: Team Cup, Summit, and Dash to Diamond. And now we are going to move on to the training. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen. Today we are talking all about Instagram, but more specifically, inviting for Instagram. And I want you guys just to think about, like, when it comes to inviting, that's when most people that I know want to punch themselves in the face or puke or cry, right? Inviting for a lot of the people, at least on our team, is slightly unnatural. We have a few extroverts on our team, but we have a lot of introverts on our team. And it's like, but what if they say no? I just want you to think about, what if you had never been invited to this team? And think about the opportunity that you have to change someone else's life. But I'm going to teach you, because, guys, some people, yes, some people are naturally blessed with the ability to have conversations with anybody. But there are a lot of people kicking butt in this business and making a serious side income for themselves who are just following a system. But in order to follow the system, you got to kind of take your feelings and you got to put them in their box. You gotta stop yourself from letting fear hold you back. And to me, the easiest way to do that, is to have a system to use. Now, struggle is real, guys. There we go. Here we go. Okay, cool. Moving some things around so I can see you. Okay, so here's some vocabulary because I'm a teacher. You guys know this is what I got to do. Things you're going to need to know for this lesson. You need to understand 531. When I say 531, I'm referring to liking 5 pictures, commenting on 3 pictures, and sending 1 direct message. Okay, so 531. 5 likes, 3 comments, 1 direct message. When I talk about Asana, Asana is a free client management system. Now, it's a free website where you can actually organize people from Instagram or from Facebook into categories. Like, these are the people that I've sent Hey Girls to. These are the people who I've invited to a challenge group. These are people who said that they're not ready yet and I need to follow up with them. Now, there are loads of YouTube videos that are out there explaining you how to set up Asana for Beachbody. And Carolyn Grace Bella, who's, I don't know if she's on here because I'm not going to scroll through the people right now. She's on here. Okay, she seriously watched one of these videos and set it all up, and she showed it to me the other day, and I was like, it was like the most organized, incredible system that I have ever seen. Like, I use Teamsy and I pay for that, and her system was better than mine. I'm going to throw that out there right now. So if you do not have a system, maybe Kay can share her system that she used or the video she used to create her Asana, like what categories you should have and like how to add someone into a category. She even has her to-do list for each day on there. She puts projects in there that she's working on, and it's like the best. It's so cool. It's so awesome. The next thing you need to know is Grids. Grids is a kind of sucky $8 app that allows you to use Instagram on your desktop or laptop computer. Now, the reason I say it's kind of sucky is because to me there's a lot of feature glitches on that app. I can't, as you guys saw last week, I was trying to load it and load it and load it, and it didn't work very well. It doesn't refresh very quickly. Additionally, if you're trying to use stories and you click on your stories, it'll always tell me that I have like 5 people viewing my story, and I'm looking on my phone and it's not 5. So it just always shows me the same 5. So maybe they're like the 5 that followed me the most. It's like my sister, my other sister, but not very helpful. But the reason I do like Grids is because it does allow me to send direct messages to people on Instagram typing it instead of having to do it on my phone. And so if you are copy and pasting the same type of message, I find that really useful. So it was worth the $8, even though it kind of sucks. Hey Girls, that's step 1 in the invite process. Basically, step 1 is introducing yourself to the person. And a lot of times the Hey Girl that we use is like, hey girl, thanks for fill in the blank. Are you rocking a health and fitness journey too? Now, I've already taught most of you how to go through and send that to people who like one of your pictures. But on Instagram, we do have, sorry, Craig is making me laugh. But on Instagram, I do find that it's kind of overwhelming because the number of people who follow or who like my picture, a lot of them are companies, a lot of them are robots, a lot of them are not real people. So what I am going to teach you guys how to do tonight is how to invite based on the people who are watching your Instagram story. Now, an Instagram story is that play-by-play throughout your day. That's when you're taking pictures of things throughout your day and you're sharing it with people, doing videos throughout your day, just kind of like, look, I'm making food. Look, here's the food. Look, it's me enjoying my food. This is so healthy, and a screenshot of how to make it. Okay, so like there's stories, so it should kind of have a beginning, middle, end. And it takes time to build up a following. So when I started out, I did not have very many people following my story. I would say between 15 and 20 following my story when I started doing them. And I did them consistently multiple times a day for a couple months. I started this August. And my stories are now up to over 100 people, closer to 200 watching every story. But people will come back if they see something entertaining, motivating, or something educational, something that's going to teach them something, they will come back. But you have to be consistent. So if they go to it and they're like, oh, this is cool, and then they click on you next time and it's just like one picture of your dog, it's like, would you go back? So just think about that. Know that it's a process and that it takes time to build up. We got to get rid of that fear, guys. That fear that is like crippling. That's like, oh, I saw people like my story. Oh, I saw one new person liked my story. Or, oh, this person that I kind of know liked my story. And then you start getting in your head and you start finishing the conversation before it's even started. If I ask them, they're going to think fill in the blank. So I am going to teach you in this call how to determine whether or not you should be inviting the person. It's going to be very, very clear to you. Just trust me. I'm making this like it's black and white. But here we go. So I want you guys to think about why people might be interested. Why people, and these are all reasons that people on our team, our tribe, people in our tribe have joined for these reasons. On the left, I made a list that is more based on the challenges, and on the right, more on the business opportunity. People join for fitness, for having a community, for just to get motivated, meal prepping help, recipes. Some people are already fit and they have all of those things and they join because they just want to have fun. Or maybe they look totally fit on their Instagram, or they look like they have their own thing going on, or maybe they're trying a different product or a different system, or maybe they work out in the gym, but up here, they hate the way they look. Or they're plagued with negative thoughts all the time. That is a reason to join a challenge group. Positive friendships, workout buddies, injuries. Maybe they're dealing with an injury. So at one point when you talk to them, they wanted nothing to do with this. And then they go through an injury and they're not where they thought they were. Or maybe sickness. Maybe they don't know how to handle this new sickness that they're dealing with. Maybe it's accountability. Maybe they just need a fitness option while they're traveling. Nutrition ideas on the go. New ideas. Or maybe none of those, but they have a friend or family member who needs one of those things. Why would someone join the business? Side income. Maybe they just like going to live events. They don't need the money. They're just doing this because they want to go to a fitness party. That's a reason. Maybe they need to find a purpose, like something. They have a job, they're super busy, they don't need the money, they're already fit, but they don't feel that they're living a lifestyle of purpose, of service to others. Maybe they have all of those things, but they don't really feel like they have a platform to share it or to turn the people who are following them into their clients. They can motivate them online. Maybe they already have a following. So I guess the reason I'm showing you this is because can you really look at someone's profile picture, even somebody that you know? Can you really tell me that you know that they don't need any of these and that none of their friends or family do? I mean, honestly, guys, it's so easy to sit here and go through your list. Oh, she wouldn't join because of this reason. He wouldn't join because of this reason. Nope, she's already done. I kind of asked her a while ago, or I brought it up and she acted kind of like this. Listen, the only reason not to invite someone, well, I'm going to show you. So quickly, inviting does not mean that you are pushing products on people and that you are therefore going to be pushing away people that you like. Inviting means that you're so passionate about the products and what they do for you that you are excited to share them with everyone the same way that you would with a restaurant that you love, right? Or a product that you love that's anything else, or a yoga class. Would you not invite your friends to yoga? So side note, if you're not doing a Beachbody program, it's going to be kind of hard for you to talk about it, right? You're probably not going to feel like you have anything to talk about, but I think everybody on this call right now is doing 80-day obsession, so slide unnecessary, moving on. Okay. So I wanted to just show you guys a little bit, like this is how to get to your story. This is how to figure out who you should be inviting. Now I'm going to go over who not to invite so you know who you can rule out. But basically, when you do an Instagram story, challenge week, 2 out of 13, still time to join in. You guys see that little arrow right there where it says seen by 72 people? You guys see the arrow down there? Yeah? Thank you. Thanks for nodding your head there, Lisa. I appreciate it. When you see that arrow, you click on the eyeball and it will give you a drop down of all the people who have watched that story. And if you have a few people, like if there's a lot of people on your list, that's awesome. Don't be overwhelmed by this. We're going to start by making a list of 20. Now, if you have very few people, don't be overwhelmed by this. We're only making a list of 20. So if at first your list only ends up being 5 people, 10 people, that's okay. Eventually, we're going to get to a list of 20. And if you keep working and you're consistent at it, you will have more than 20 people eventually, okay? So just trust the process. So what you're gonna do is, once you have identified who your people are, before you write down the names, I want you to click on their profile and make a decision. And this needs to happen quickly. This isn't like a scroll, like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to think about it. Maybe I'll come back to them next time. I don't really know. No, make a decision and act. And this is what you're going to do. Okay, so these are my deal breakers. These are not my people. This is how I decide you're not my people for this, okay? For this particular reason. Now, why am I on Instagram? I'm not on Instagram to make friends. I'm really not. I'm on Instagram to help people and to change lives and to build my business and to have a platform to serve others, but it's not to have conversations with people about totally different topics. Okay, and my focus when I'm inviting during this short period of time during the day, when I have it designated, okay, I'm inviting from this time to this time, this is how I identify who to talk to or who not to talk to. So my deal breakers, if they're not from the US, Canada, or UK right now, we can't work with them. As Beachbody coaches, I'm not going to invite somebody who is not from one of those places. I'm not going to invite other coaches. Now, I'm going to say something. If you're looking at their profile and they're doing a good job and they're following the way that we're supposed to do this, you shouldn't be able to tell exactly. But if they have something that's like 80-day challenge, check out my superfood shake, like that's a pretty good tell, right? Like so excited about the challenge with my tribe, like probably a Beachbody coach. Another tell is usually if they have 5 things in their profile that indicate 5 different areas of interest for them, probably a Beachbody coach. But if there's any question, I'm going to show you how to handle that in a second. If the person's under 18, I'm not going to work with them. If you're not sure if they're under 18, I'm going to teach you what to say about that. If there's no pics of the person, I don't worry about that. If their page shows things that are rude, mean, or offensive. Now, if they're rude, mean, or offensive to someone else, but to you they're funny, rock on, totally invite them. But if they're rude, mean, or offensive to you, next. Go to the next person. Just totally like mentally cross them off your list. Or if it is like that person who tortured you in high school, maybe you guys didn't have that person, but if there's this person that's like, I don't like them, guys, this is your business. This is your business. You do not have to work with people who are not nice to you, and you do not have to work with people that you don't like for whatever reason. You get to choose. This is your happy place. So no one is making you work with somebody that you don't want to. Or if you click on their page and it's like, okay, nothing here is offending me, but I just like, there is nothing that I connect with on your page. Nothing. Do not decide for them. Now, if I'm saying if they are not meeting any of these criterion of being deal breakers, do not decide for them. Do not make your choice based on fear. If they don't fall into one of those categories, and you can't rule that out with 100% certainty, ask yourself, if I knew that this person would 100% say yes, would I want to be their coach? And if the answer is yes, then that's a pretty clear sign that you're probably letting fear stand in your way. Or assumption, oh, they wouldn't want to do this because of fill in the blank, which we already covered with all those reasons that maybe they would. So if they don't fall into one of those categories, then we move on. Now, if you're hesitating, you're like, I'm not so sure actually where they're from. It doesn't actually say on their profile. They seem pretty cool, but I don't know where they're from. If you're unsure, you're going to do a 5-3-1, which if you weren't on at the beginning of the call, 5, what is it? 5 likes. There we go. 5 likes. 3 comments. Good. And 1 direct message. That's right. So you're going to send them a direct message and say, hey girl, or hey dude, or hey homie, or hey whoever, thanks for watching my story. Your page is awesome. And I wrote this so generically, guys, be genuine. Like if their page isn't awesome, don't say that. If their page isn't, if you don't connect with anything on there, you probably shouldn't be messaging them. We want to be genuine. That is important. But say something about their page, show them that you've looked at it, and just say, oh, are you coaching too? That was for the wrong one. That one should have been, are you, I think for one of them I had written like, where did you get your fill in the blank that is so awesome? Or where did you do this fitness activity? I would love to have that, but they don't have it here in Kansas. Are you from the States? I've asked that before. Like, are you from anywhere around Kansas? I would love to be your workout buddy. So just ask them, I guess, is my point. If you're not sure if they're under 18, this actually happens to me a lot because it's kind of hard to tell. Kids are looking a little old nowadays. If you're unsure, just say, hey there, thanks for following my page. Are you interested at all in what I do? Health, fitness, business, tacos. Hope you're having a great day. Because generally with their response, there's an indication. Like, oh, I'm in school. Oh, really? What? Are you in high school? Are you in college? Like, sorry, you look kind of young. I never really know. And sometimes there are people who are under 18, like Bailey Glancer. She's one who reached out to me before she turned 18 and was so dead set on being a part of this that I talked to her grandma. And I think I maybe even talked to her mom and just got official like permission from them. They were going to support her to do this. I've worked with a lot of high schoolers who their parents wanted to help them build up self-esteem or develop healthier eating habits. So I'm not saying that if someone's under 18, you couldn't work with them, but you just want to make sure that you're keeping the conversation appropriate. If you have nothing in common, just go back to your list. Go back to your list of how many people have watched your story and try to find someone else. If they have no pics, go back to the list. Someone you didn't like. If it was a long time ago, maybe click on their profile and see if there's something new that you might connect with. If it's like you didn't like them in high school, but it wasn't like you know what I mean? You just weren't so sure about them at that point in time. give them another chance maybe. But if rude, mean, offensive, just go back to the list. We're making a list of 20, at least for the week. Okay, and our goal is to get all the way through the script to a solid yes, no, or follow up with this person as quickly as possible. We want to get through all of them. Why? Because it is so easy to start a million conversations and never finish them. So you can send 100, hey there, how's it going? How are your health and fitness goals? Oh, cool, you sent 100. How many of those conversations can you keep up with? It's like going to a party, guys. I used this example with John Houston the other day. I always joke that when he and Heidi go to a party, they always come out with a challenger. So I'm like, could you guys go to some more social events? Because like every time they leave, they have talked to someone and they leave with a challenger. So think about it like going to a party. If you talk to the same people the whole time and you're asking them questions and they're asking you questions and you get through the conversation, you might be able to leave that party with someone to join the journey with you because you've gotten to know them. But if you try to go around to every single person at this entire party and say, hey, how's it going? You on a health and fitness journey too? You know what? I'll be right back. Hey, how's it going? Are you on a health and fitness journey too? You know what? Just hold that. I'll be right back. And you go around the whole party, guys, you're not going to make it back to all of them enough times, and it's not going to feel like a genuine conversation. So instead of inviting huge numbers, try to keep it a little bit smaller, focus on those people, but also make it efficient and get all the way through the convo. Are you guys still with me? I see some frozen face. Okay, cool. Thank you. Moving on. All right. So we're going to play a game really quick, and I'm going to let you unmute yourself. I might call on some people here. So we're going to play a game with some people who have watched my story today, and we're going to play a game called 531 or Back to the List. So Lisa, I'm going to start with you. Let's start with Heike Amisis. Mice.
Did you say Lisa?
Lisa.
Okay.
So looking at this profile, I know it's probably very small.
The TV's yelling at me. She's German. So I highly doubt she's in the United States. And she's definitely probably not your type because she has squirrels and blankets.
Because she what?
Has squirrels and blankets.
Yeah. So, so this woman looks actually really funny and cool. And if I'm ever in Germany or wherever she is, I would probably hang with her. But for the purpose of inviting, you're right. I would just go back to the list and click on someone else's profile. Okay, let's go to the next one. And I'm gonna let's see. If you guys are not participating, I'll just call on somebody, and then you can unmute yourself when I call your name. Otherwise, it'll be too loud. Can I get Amber Dunlap? Let's look at Tiffany real quick. It says Tiffany, smiley face, 24, taken, early childhood educator, studying, going to take the world by storm. And she's the second one over.
Well, you guys have in common, you both are teachers. But she doesn't have pretty hair like you do.
Okay, but
so that I'm just kidding.
Not on the deal breaker list, but I appreciate
I'm just being ornery. She could be a traveler.
So would you do 5 likes, 3 comments, and 1 message, or would you just say nope? She's a deal breaker.
I would do the 531.
Absolutely, 531. Yep. Okay, next person over, John Houston.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this Natalie Muskin Press. If we're talking you, it looks like she would be probably a good candidate. She's obviously in college, Kappa Delta, therapist, maybe post-college since she's a therapist. So, I mean, she's probably a pretty good candidate. She makes pretty decent money as a therapist. She looks kind of fun. She's got the whole universe is kind of a dick thing. I would send her a message just on that alone. Yeah, just based on the dick socks, I'm in.
Absolutely. She 100% is someone that I would reach out to, even though college, like we weren't she did go to the same college as me. And I don't know, we just didn't really, not like we ever had an issue, but we had different groups of friends and I didn't ever feel like she really liked me. But I also don't know if at that point in time I was a little bit more like sensitive or maybe not a very good friend. So it wasn't a strong enough dislike where I didn't reach out to her because she looks really cool. She's got dick socks on. So I did send her a message. She did not respond. I went through and 531'd her again. She still didn't respond, but she watches my story every single freaking day. Every day she watches my story. There's a reason. I mean, she could be watching and just like for the entertainment, for the shit show aspect, that's fine. But who knows? I still put her in my Teamsy. You'd put her in your Asana to follow up in 3 months. Why? Because she keeps showing up and she appears to be part of your tribe.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Great job, John. Okay, and let's see. Who else? Hillary, you want to try this one? Azita?
Yeah, you would not. Because there's no pictures.
There's no pictures. Yeah, and this is one where, like, I did end up sending her a message because she watches my story every single day. And I'm like, so are you a person or, like, who are you? And she responded and she was like, yes, I like your page. And I was like, good talk. Okay. So moving on. Go ahead and mute yourself, por favor. Okay. Who's not? Okay, there we go. All right, we're good to go. Now, ooh, bad things happened. Here we go. No? Yes? Yes? Okay, so now the job is to 5-3-1. 5-3-1. Here we go. So this is how we do it. So these are the 2 people that made the cut. You see how I have 5 little hearts? That's me liking 5 of their pictures. You see how I have 3 little message things, little blue message boxes? That's me commenting on their pictures. She has Halo Top there. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with Halo Top. You're awesome. She had a funny thing, like, I don't know if I need a hug or if I need to, like, do shots of tequila. I'm like, word sister, having that day. She had another one about some inspirational quote. I commented something on there. And then I send her a message. So cat _fat to fit, I sent her, hey Kat, thank you so much for watching my story. And girl, your Halo Top posts are making me drool over here. Are you doing online health fitness coaching too? Now, I thought that there was a possibility that maybe she was already doing coaching because she had basically like 2018 goals, interim target. Like, she has some health and fitness stuff. So I wanted to show you guys an example of someone who it's like, I think she might be a coach. And then Tiffany was an example I showed you on the last page. I sent, hey, Tiffany, thank you so much for watching my story. I know I can be a disaster sometimes, but I'm just keeping it real, and I really do appreciate you following along. I checked out your profile and saw you're trying to make some changes too. How's your journey been going? So this is what we call a hey girl. This is reaching out to them, and making some sort of connection to health and fitness, asking them how their journey's going, something about their goals. And we do this because we want to have the conversation starting a lot closer to health and fitness. Instead of saying, hey girl, I love Halo Top 2, tell me about your passion for ice cream. You see how that would be a little bit harder to get back to health and fitness coaching and to her wanting to maybe do a challenge. So that's why I start the conversation there. So at that point, you create your list as you go. So quickly, so that should take you like maybe 2 minutes per person. You look at their profile, maybe even less, maybe 1 minute per person. Quick comment, like. Quick comments, send them a message. Most of them are the same format with a few words changed. This should be very quick. Add them to your list. So you've got your 20 in play. You're just keeping this list of 20. Focus on these 20 people. Get through the conversations. You're going to ask them the magical 4 questions. Add them to your Asana or your Teamsy or your whatever organization system you're using. And I cannot emphasize that enough. If you're not using a system to organize who you talk to, then you will not benefit from follow-ups. And that is 80-90% of my business. They say no, not ready, or don't finish the conversation the first time. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time that I talk to them about it, they're ready. So if you don't have a tracking system, then you're just doing all the planting of seeds, and then people like me are going to come back in there and they're going to be like, you know what, I did talk to somebody about that. I do kind of know what you're talking about a little bit. I would maybe love to do that. I am ready now. So if you're going to take the time to plant the seeds, take the time to go back, water, nurture those relationships. So just remembering your 20 in play, the goal is to get to a yes, no follow-up as efficiently as possible. So 4 magical questions. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. 4 questions that are going to get you from point A to point B in this conversation. So we've already said, are you on a health and fitness journey too, right? Are you doing something with health and fitness? And then we ask them, so like, what are your goals? You guys know this. What are your goals? Oh, really? Those are your goals? Because I have a team that's working on a challenge for that right now. And you love Halo Top, and I love Halo Top ice cream too. And it would be so much fun if you were in it with me, and I would love to have you join in. Oh, really? You're a Kappa Delta, and I'm a Kappa Delta too. And we have a challenge going on, and people are working on that thing that you just told me you're really needing help with. Please join in. I would love to. Can I get you some more information about that? They say yes. Now, if they say, what's the likelihood that they just say no? No more information. I don't want it. Then what's the worst thing that happens? You take them off your list, and then it's over. And you send them maybe a question, a follow-up. Oh, yeah, why is that? Have you had a bad experience? Tell me about that. Or maybe they were like a dick about it, and you just cross them off the list, and now you've got an open space for someone who is your people. Okay, we got to open those spaces up as quickly as possible. So don't see it as a rejection. Just see it as like, thank you so much for getting out of the way of my perfect person who's about to come along. So these are the 4 questions. I'd love to give you a bit more information. Thank you so much for whatever. Can you tell me more about your health and fitness goals? Now, if you've already asked them that, if that's where you started, move on to the next question. So what's been the hardest part for you about losing the weight or building the muscle, or what's been the hardest part for you about whatever they said their goal is? Motivation, meal prep, workouts, accountability, time, all the above. Then use their answer. So relate to them and then move on. Have you ever tried any programs or products in the past to get you to your goal, or would this be your first step? They answer that. That's going to, guys, that is how, right there, that is the question that helps you understand if you've got an objection coming. By this point in the conversation, you should know what objection they're about to give you, because I've signed up 7 people this month, and I'm going to rock their freaking worlds. Like, these 7 people are about to have an amazing experience, but guess what? Every single one of them had an objection. There wasn't a single person who was like, you know what? Yeah, let's just start right now. Ready, go. Everybody has questions, and guess what? So did all of you. So when someone starts asking you questions or says, wait a second, is this one of those little, like, beach body things? Yup. Heard of it? Let's have a conversation about this. So don't get freaked out when you start to get those questions or like, so how much is this gonna cost me? Poop your pants. No, we have scripts that will help you work your way through that conversation. In our files tab, in our Fit Crew coaching group, it says files tab, and then you click on the Fit Law script. Whew, time to plug in the computer. Click on Fit Law script, and then go through that. It's got these 4 questions and how to handle objections right on there. How to bring up the price. How to bring up like pricing options. What to say if they say, oh, that seems like a lot to me. Exactly what to say. Now, what if they just don't respond? First of all, consider that this person maybe doesn't even check their direct messages or even know that they exist. So if this is someone that you know in person and they don't respond, I didn't even know that DM or direct message was a thing before I did this. When I finally found it, I had all these messages on there that I had no idea. So remember that. And if that's the case and the person is still watching your story on the daily, comment on their picture and say something like, P.S. I sent you a direct message. I hope you're having a good day. Lots of times they'll write back and be like, what is that? Or comment on a picture that you love and tell them that you would love to connect with them on Facebook, because maybe they don't use direct messenger, but maybe they're on Facebook. So this is one that I use pretty often. Okay, so I'm officially obsessed with your page. And obviously, once again, be genuine. Only send this to people that you're really like, you get to that person's page and you're like, oh my God, I love you. I would love for this person to be on my team. There's a Kerri on Instagram right now. It's Kerri Travel Fitness. She's from the UK, and all of her posts are about fitness, travel, and her name is Kerri, spelled the same way that mine is. And she loves gangster rap. And like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, please, for the love of God, will you join our team? You seem so cool. You're like me, but in the UK. So with those people, if they don't respond to you, but they're still watching your stories and they're interacting with you in the comments, don't take that as a no. That's just a no response. So say, hey, I am obsessed with your page. I'd love to connect with you on Facebook. We started this free group for strong, badass women who are trying to get their health on. I'd love to add you to the group. We share recipes, workout tips, and cheer each other on. The link to my Facebook is in my profile. So if you were on the call last week, you should have your link tree set up. Just click there and shoot me a message if you're down. Now, I wasn't adding the shoot me a message part before, and people would send me requests, and I didn't know who they were, or I didn't recognize the name, and then I wouldn't accept the friend request because we had no friends in common. So that's why I say to send me a message. It's very rare that you would get 0 response or interaction from someone who's following your story every day. Like, it's weird for them to follow your story on the daily and then not want to say hi to you. So if that happens, it's okay, because some people are just weird. Remove them from your list and replace them with the future love of your life. It's okay. If they seem like your Beachbody soulmate, put them on your follow-up list. And be like, hey, listen, I know you haven't been responding to me, but girl, I just still love your page, though. I still think you're great. If you ever change your mind or want to have a conversation about this, I'm still here. Right? All right, moving on. Following up. I can't even tell you guys how important follow-ups are, other than just to say that if you're not doing it, you're probably not going to have very many clients. It's just how it works. This is like sales 101. This isn't just what you do if you like are really bad at closing the deal at first. This is what everybody in sales does. You follow up with the same people over and over and over. Following up is incredibly important. I do this as a business activity, not every day, but like every other day. And it's really just giving them a friendly reminder like, hey, I know you're busy, but I'm still here. I scroll to the bottom of my Facebook messages, click on the last one, work my way up. I do the same thing with my direct messages on Instagram. So 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Now, this is different if the person doesn't say anything back. But we're talking about like you don't need to follow up 17 times with somebody who has never said hi back to you. But there's a lot of people that you'll talk to and they'll talk back, and you'll talk to them and they'll talk back, and they're like not really ready, or they don't completely respond, but you still would love to work with them. This next part shows you why this is so essential. 2% of sales are made on first contact. 3% of sales are made on second contact. Raise your hand if you've experienced that 2%. Yeah. 3% made on second contact. It's like, oh God, I suck at this. Why am I even trying? I even followed up and they still don't want to do it. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. And 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact, 80%. Have you followed up with people more than 5 times? Or do you write them off? Well, they're clearly not interested. This is why we use a tracking system, so that we can go back to those people who maybe in that moment weren't ready. Now, a lot of the times, they'll come to me eventually when they're ready. But you got to stay in the game long enough, right? So if you have made a lot of contacts with people and they're still not ready and you're just kind of feeling that way overall, know that these are sales statistics. So it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just that follow-ups are where you actually get challengers from. All right, and our last slide. When you're afraid to ask yourself, how has my life positively changed because someone had the courage to invite me? Alrighty, so are there any questions? Are there any questions? I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Well, you wanna do some love? Can you guys do some love for the recording real quick? Bye, people who are watching later. Let me see if I can get a little, okay. I'm doing it. I'm gonna screenshot, put those hearts up. Half a heart. Thank you. Okay, stop